Hi, my name is Elizabeth Facione, and I'm going to be discussing the topic of animal testing. So, why is animal testing important to learn about? First, it is an attack on humanity and morals in the name of science. The inhumane procedures some lab animals are put through, such as forced inhalation, starvation, burns, inflicted wounds, etc., are cruel and unusual and is unacceptable in modern society. Another reason animal testing is important is it is much more common than people may think. Big corporations such as Johnson and Johnson, Clorox, L'Oreal, even Gucci is known for testing their products on animals. Finding cruelty-free products are few and far between, and it is important to be aware of who you are giving your money to. Another reason animal testing is important to learn about is because the process of animal testing is nearly pointless as science is advancing and new and more accurate methods of product testing are being produced. These methods, that I'll talk more about later in this presentation, could prevent the use of animal testing as a whole if more exposure is gained. So what animals are used for testing? Animals such as mice, rats, birds, monkeys, cats, and bunnies are just some of what animals undergo lab testing. Lab animals are protected under the Animal Welfare Act, which regulates what researchers can and cannot do with animal subjects. Ironically, 95% of lab animals, which include mice, rats, and birds, are not protected under the Animal Welfare Act. So essentially, 95% of animals used for animal testing are able to be treated any way the researcher sees fit. You can see how this could cause some ethical compromise. What are lab animals used to test? They're used in biology lessons such as frog and cat dissections, medical training, and curiosity-driven experiments. What they're most popularly known for is the testing of chemicals, foods, drugs, and cosmetics. The food we eat, the makeup we wear, and the medicines we take have most likely been tested on animals. Despite its popularity, there are many faults to animal testing and why you should care. One key reason animal testing should be scrapped is its inaccuracy, as animals won't react to products the same way that humans do. Animals have cellular and metabolic differences from humans that make the way that they react to products noticeably different than us. 94% of drugs that pass animal tests fail to pass clinical trials. This means that some products that are harmful to humans are not harmful to animals. On the flip side, researchers could also be missing out on valuable products that may harm animals but not humans. For example, aspirin, a household necessity that helps reduce fever and headaches, is dangerous to some animal species. If researchers used these animals when creating aspirin, it may not have become a thing. Ignoring the differences between animal test subjects and humans, researchers waste time, animal lives, and potential advancements in science. In addition, animal testing is expensive. Over $12 billion in taxpayer money is spent by the government annually in order to fund research that requires the use of animal testing. That's $12 billion of your money that could be used to fund improvements of other research methods. Finally, animal testing is inhumane. Lab animals are forced to undergo many barbaric procedures like starvation, dehydration, force feeding, and prolonged injury. Methods like this are not uncommon, as the U.S. Department of Agriculture found that 71,370 animals painfully suffered through experiments with no anesthesia, including 1,272 non-human primates. These methods used by some researchers is a form of torture, which is morally and ethically wrong. The cruelty of animal testing has been overlooked in the name of science for too long. With all these faults, one might ask what an alternative to animal testing could be. One option is in vitro testing, which is a process where cells are combined with products in a petri dish to observe and record reactions. This allows researchers to use human cells, which allows for more accurate results. Another alternative is the process of microdosing, which is the process of giving an extremely low single dose of a substance to human subjects in clinical trials. Scientists then use imaging techniques to view how the product reacts to the body. Another method, and possibly the most accurate, is the use of microfluidic chips or organ chips. These chips are lined with living human cell cultures, which act and react as cells in the human body do, without testing on actual humans. Finally, the invention of synthetic organs, such as livers and stomachs, have been used to test novel drugs. These synthetic organs have been able to detect results that animal testing would have never produced, and is a significantly cheaper method of research compared to animal testing. With methods like these as options, the use of animal testing is becoming archaic and unnecessary. So what can you do to end animal testing for good? You can spread the word about the atrocities of animal testing through social media. You can sign petitions to call Congress to action as organizations like PETA, People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, work endlessly to legally put a stop to animal testing and animal cruelty. Joining, donating, and/or supporting PETA is an easy way to contribute to the downfall of animal testing. Finally, the easiest way to make a difference is to stop supporting companies that test on animals. By doing your research and not buying from these companies, you're supporting the movement in the least confrontational way possible. Thank you.